Hey, what's going on, guys? Crypto Cafe here. Hope you guys are really, really good. I was just about to say I hope you're having a good weekend, but then I realized it's Friday, technically the weekend anyways. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a really, really good day. The gem I'm going to be talking about today is a gem that I love, love, love. No lie, guys, so confident about this gem. The only thing about this gem, it might be a long-term hold. So this is kind of for people with diamond hands. But I think this is definitely worth the diamond hand. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much detail before I say I am not a financial advisor. So anything I tell you, please do your own research. Um, you can join my Patreon group, you can join my Telegram group, you can message me on pretty much any social media network and talk crypto, because I love talking crypto. So yeah, this gem, Mina Protocol that I'm going to talk to you about, I've spoken to you about this one before. I covered it in my channel before it launched or when it just launched, because it's a gem that I've known about for so long. Oh my gosh, time has flied. Um, Time's gone so quick, because I remember when it came out last year, a few months ago, quite a few months ago, a lot of us knew how great a gem it is, but it's definitely a long-term hold. For people to see the true value of Mina Protocol, they do need to have diamond hands, but it's definitely worth the hold. So I thought I have to cover this one again. Okay, cool. Let's jump into it. Mina Protocol, as some of you guys already know, is going to be the world's lightest blockchain powered by participants. Okay, we'll go into a bit more detail because what Mina is doing is building a gateway between the real world and a crypto with the infrastructure for secure demographic future that we all deserve. Basically, going into a bit more detail and breaking it down, Mina blockchain is 22 KB. Normal blockchains are over 300 gigabytes, and there's a massive difference, and I'll explain that to you in a second. And Mina blockchain being the lightest blockchain, that is a fixed size, by the way, but we'll go into that in detail in a bit, because when you look at other projects, even when you look at Ethereum, when you see the size of the blockchain from when it was in 2016 to where it is now in 2022, massive difference, and it keeps increasing. And that is how Mina Protocol is really solving really solving a problem that we are having. So it's a massive solution. Okay, let's go back into Mina Protocol. So easily accessible now and always. So other blockchain protocols are heavy. Okay, and this is where they are solving a problem. With other blockchain protocols, they're super duper heavy and they require intermediaries to run nodes, so recreating the same old power dynamics. But what Mina does, because it's so light and it's going to be the lightest blockchain, so anyone can basically connect peer-to-peer quickly, yeah, and verify the chain, and it's built on a consistent size cryptographic proof, so the blockchain will stay accessible and that size. Okay, you guys might not know how small, when we're saying that Mina Protocol is the lightest blockchain, the size is so small, it's like a couple of tweets, but we'll go into detail in a second. Okay, back to Mina Protocol. So truly decentralized, with like every user acting as a full node. So what with Mina, anyone who's syncing the chain is also validating transactions like a full node basically, and the design means any participant can take part in proof of stake. Okay, so I'm going to go on to this really useful article that I found that breaks down Mina Protocol. So it breaks it down super duper well, and I'm going to send you the link to this. Okay, so they're talking about Mina Protocol, and they're talking about the problems that Mina Protocol will solve. As we already mentioned, Mina Protocol has been the lightest blockchain. But when we say the world's lightest blockchain, sometimes people do not know how light we are talking, okay? So it's literally going to be like sending a couple of tweets. That's how light the blockchain is. And the fact that it's saying that size is crazy, because that's a problem that loads of blockchains face. As when people are making more and more transactions, the size is getting bigger and bigger, and that is a problem that Mina is straight away solving. Okay. So early blockchains like Bitcoin already had an extensive history, and basically to download during your node setup, sadly, the situation could eventually lead to scenarios where only selected few miners possess technical resources to securely store such large amounts of data. Okay, so when you look at Bitcoin, when you look at Ethereum, when you look at many projects, because of the various transactions people make, it's really hard to cope with the large amounts of data. Okay, so this is what Mina Protocol is solving immediately, and it eliminates concerns basically because it stays that fixed size. The fixed size that it is, that's what it stays. Okay, So there's so many benefits to Mina Protocol. So financial restrictions, we'll talk about that in a second. But when I talk about benefits to Mina Protocol, as well as the benefits we've already mentioned, there's so many other benefits. The fact that so many ways to utilize Mina Protocol. The platform provides developers with a streamlined way to execute NAP functionality. The basically Mina Protocol is going to be built on from the ground up. So the goal is it's going to be the requirements to run dApps are going to be more efficient and a lot more easier. And how Mina Protocol works is that it's going to leverage a set of hybrid zero knowledge proofs. So a unique node structure basically, and a whole technical accomplishment. Its goals is just going to keep the blockchain open and accessible to the masses. So it's going to be accessible to a whole wide range of people. Zero knowledge proofs are technology that enables a user to provide certain information for a particular person without revealing any of their actual data and party. Okay, so let's go into zero knowledge. A lot of people call it ZK. Okay, so for example, imagine that you have the location of a secret island or something. I like the way they explain it basically. So imagine you had a location for a secret island, but then you get to paradise and you need assistance for a helicopter or a pilot, or something happened, you need a plane, you need to charter a plane. So you seek out for someone with skills and you ask them for assistance. You notify them, and you need basically you'll need to compensate them with how they're going to get to location, how they're going to find you. Now that's where the problem arises, and how you get the pilot to agree to the trip without knowing the exact location. So basically this is where it comes into it, and this is where we're going to break it down. By design, the whole entire Mina Protocol is about they're going to show you how you can do it. So how they work around this problem is that you can show the pilot the location of the island, and there'll be enough information for the pilot to get there without being able to know exactly and how to claim it for themselves. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, but I'll break it down a bit more. Okay, so instead of you showing someone certain parts of the map and letting them know exactly where you are, making it super duper accurate, what it does, it verifies that you are basically, it verifies where the pilot needs to go. Okay, I hope this example is in my head. This example makes perfect sense. So I hope I'm explaining it well. So basically, now that applies the same concept to cryptocurrency. So how we just use how they explain the example of the whole island. This goes into the whole cryptocurrency. So don't think of an island, think of a wallet instead, yeah? And instead of a map, think of the whole blockchain. So by verifying enough random data on the network, other users can basically understand the great accuracy and the capability without knowing a particular wallet. Okay? It's perfect. So zero knowledge proofs, ZK proofs in Mina Protocol. Hope that breakdown was really useful. But I like the way they explain it with the whole island. So I hope it makes sense. So that is another one of the benefits to Mina Protocol, as well as so many. I'm going to jump into something else and show you guys something else in a second. 1 second. Let's go back onto the website. Okay, powered by a growing community. Okay, I'm going to give you the links for all of this anyway, but there was something else. When you look at even announcements, guys, stay up to date with announcements. Ethereum Foundation and Mina Foundation Award, 1.2 million contracts. There's some really useful articles that you guys can read on here, some really useful interviews. But I'm going to show you something that I read earlier that I thought was really good. 1 second. I need to take it back to the top. I think I already explained this to you guys, but let me see if I can find what I was looking at earlier. Yeah, I think it was a blog article I was reading. Okay, yeah, very useful blog article that I wanted you guys to read. I'm going to leave the link to this so you guys can read the whole Mina research and open source forum. Okay, it's super duper useful. The whole community participation has always been a key to Mina's decentralization ecosystem and the protocol itself, allowing the community to grow, because obviously the community is super duper important. So with the hard fork, with the research about Mina Protocol, I wanted you guys to read this blog article because it breaks things down and it makes things a lot easier. As we explained about the whole lightest blockchain and the fact that it's powered by participants, it talks a bit more about the ZK that we mentioned earlier when we used the analogy of the whole island. It's building a private gateway between the real world and cryptocurrency, and also the fact when we explain Mina being super duper lightest blockchain, it stays that size. And also the fact that it's as small as sending a couple of tweets. Okay, so this article is super duper useful because it goes over the whole overview of the new uptime tracker, It explains everything in a lot more detail, and it shows you a lot of the tech. So Mina used advanced cryptography tech to deliver true decentralization and scaling. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna leave all the links for this because there's so much information you guys can read. If you guys have time, do jump on their Twitter, jump on their Telegram. You'll be updated all the time on their Twitter, so I always try and check their Twitter every now and then. Proof of Alpha, what are they tweeting about today? Need a quick refresher on Mina Protocol. Look how useful this is. If you're curious, start here, and they show you all these breakdowns of videos about Mina Protocol, so you can understand Mina Protocol in full detail. And you can understand the said K today and all that useful stuff, guys. I'm going to leave the links for all of this. I just wanted to do this video because this is a project I'm super bullish on. As mentioned before, diamond hands, just remember that. But in the future, you would be really grateful that you got in on this one. Personal opinion, but quietly confident in that also. Okay, guys, hope this video was useful, and I'll catch you guys soon. Wishing you a great weekend, and yeah, speak soon. Bye.